And hello. Welcome to Nerds with Dice. Before we get into the introductions of our Ironsworn game, a brief scene, if you will. As our heroes stand at the gate of the castle, deep within, there is a room lit by six torches. And there is a throne composed entirely of bone. On that throne, there is a woman in a black Gothic dress. And you see one of her attendants. This attendant looks to be of normal human size, while the woman is roughly 10 feet tall. Have they arrived? Yes. Yes, Your Majesty. Very well. She stands to her full height, and the black Gothic gown melts from her form, revealing red leathers and the fact that her heels are 10-inch tall daggers. Let the labyrinth break them, and then I will crush them beneath my heel. And with that, welcome to the finale of our Ironsworn game. As my players have existential crisis upon existential crisis, uh, we are going to do introductions and then I will do intro after that. Let's go ahead and start to my right. Danny, would you introduce yourself, your character, and answer the question which I gave you beforehand? What does your character fear the most?
Rude and unnecessary to make me first after that. Hi, I'm Danny, Danny's Corner. Pronoun she, they. Today I'm playing Afro. Pronouns any are this weird little guy. And to answer the question that I am so prepared for and have so clear in my head the answer. Um I think what Afra fears the most is what some would understand as the mortifying ordeal of being known. Um, and in that, more so the fear that one day she will not be able to hide the fact that she thinks of herself as a coward and is actually very, very scared.
Thank you so much for that insight. Just after, as you called it, a personal attack of the character description.
You had to know all that. It's crazy.
Sean, would you please introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Sean. You can find me under the name Rise or Raven Black Photography and a couple different social media sites. Tonight, I am playing Roar the Hunter, the sort of grizzled veteran grump, I suppose one could say. As for what he fears the most, there's really only one thing that Roar fears. He's seen so much in his life and lived through things he probably should not have lived through. Um, really, the only thing he fears is the death of his loved ones, which, to be honest, is not very many people. That mostly consists of Afra. That's really all about all that's left at the moment. And these assorted other people are kind of working their way towards that. But right now, Afra is his kind of only family.
I can definitely understand that. And let's go up to the top row, starting with Keldry.
Hello. I'm Keldry. You can find me on Starless Solid on Twitter or whatever the heck it's called now, and on Blue Sky, same name. Um, and as to what Fen fears the most, right now, these are the only people that A know, and also that even if the queen is killed, there's no way for M to leave regardless because, well, maybe the GM can reiterate that one or why.
Yes, walking up one's own corpse does tend to do that to you. Uh, Next in line, Abhilasha.
Hiya, I'm Abhilasha or at Dr. underscore Vibon on Twitter and Ombre Lesbian Night on Blue Sky. You can find me on those places. And I am playing Suneri Dewdrop, a tortured protagonist, your tortured butch lesbian knight protagonist with a lot of issues, but is currently working through those issues. Currently working through those issues with a lot of violence and emotional sharing with her new friends, uh, and what she fears right now is the memory of the smell of lavender and lang lang or hair oil overwhelming her, around her everywhere, until it becomes another collar, another oath that she is forced to obey like nothing but a wind up toy and murderer.
We love a good murdering wind up toy here. And last but not least, our intrepid Abhishek.
Hey everyone, Bishek. Pronouns are he, him. You can find me at neon underscore Raiden over on Twitter and Abhishek Matange underscore VO over on Instagram. I play Furion, pronouns he, him, the very plucky comic relief esque thief who just amazing and great, even though the others will not stop calling him Zombie Boy, even though he pleased them to. He pleased them not to. um, what's Furion afraid of? That's probably a two things: a not being able to leave the valley, even after killing the queen; b being able to leave the valley, but finding his home destroyed and everything in it gone, and just nothing there except for him.
I love it. And uh, I am Synthetic 20 on all the social media that matters. And I will be letting you know that here on Nerds with Dice, we are sponsored by Grinding Co. Coffee, a Black and LGBTQ plus coffee company. Use the link in chat or the code Gunmetal Blues to get 10% off. We also have merch. You can find those links in chat or by going to Nerds W Dice on Twitter. I also want to let everyone know that this is a horror game, and as such, content may not be suitable for all audiences. We are going to have an emphasis this session on body horror, as well as going into the various fears of the characters. So please take care of yourself. And if this isn't the episode for you, we completely understand it. Going back, it has now been some time since you entered the valley. You remember still the ringing of the Forge Master's hammer as he introduced you to what this world was. You lit bonfires on your way to this castle. You discovered why one of your companions was considered wrong by the Forge Master, because they should not have been here, but they were brought here by means of their physical body being used to slay a titan. Their physical body being a literal mountain. And upon that mountain, the Queen's castle was built. You reached the portcullis, and at the end of last episode, you were invited in. So you know the Queen knows that you are here. I will give you time to prepare if you so choose. Is there anyone that has a specific preparation they would like to make before heading in?
I can find it. Yeah, I think seeing that seeing the doors and sort of upon the realization that this may be the last time we may be seeing outdoors, um Afra is going to turn around since the Ron's still on the mountain, but since the meeting with that person, Afra has been just the tiniest bit shakier than usual, where it's hard, it's visible if somebody notices, somebody pays attention, I mean, but small enough to where it's not easy to see visually. But they're gonna turn around from everybody and um do a sort of fluttery whistle that I can't do because I can't whistle. Um and essentially try to summon a flock of crows. They're gonna hold an arm out and wait um to see if there are any crows to be welcomed.
You do see, in this instance, a single bird fly down. This single bird appears as like a black blob. And when it lands on your arm, you think, wait a second, this creature does not have a head. But then 6 heads spring forth. What you need?
um, Asher just stares at this for a second, and like she flinches, but then tries to hold it to seem like she wasn't flinching at that, and then we'll just like glance around. Uh,
Do I have
I
something in my beaks?
No, you look you are as wonderful as you probably always are. I have a question for you. Well, I mean, I have multiple questions, but I have a specific question for you because I'm not sure how much you can answer. I'm not sure how this will work. And I do like to think for everybody else, like in Afra's words, there's just a slight clawing behind it, like echoing her words as she speaks to the specific thing. Um, hold on.
This is normal.
anyone has my pen copy. Sorry.
This is the most
Crows
normal
are
thing
still
that's
better.
happened in the valley yet.
Crows are nicer than eagles out in the material world. To be fair, this is fine.
Fiorina's just like, yep, you know what? I've seen some interesting stuff. This sounds about right.
Oh yeah, this is a friend. What?
Spirit?
Potentially, I've never summoned a spirit before. Not intentionally. Usually, I can only just summon crows. Crow, I have a question for you about the queen of this valley.
Queens are my specialty.
Oh, that is perfect. I mean, of course it is. I summoned you with the obvious intent. Is that good? What can you tell us about the queen of this valley? Her abilities, perhaps talking points. The best way to come across her in this castle that we have never been in before.
Go ahead and roll a wits check.
Here we go. Here we go. Roll. That's crazy. Okay. No.
Is that an entire miss?
Yeah.
That's good to hear.
Okay.
Get it out of the way. Get it out of the way.
I'd never say anything against my queen.
Well, you don't have to say. It's not to say anything against her. It's for her. You are advocating for her. Think of it as sort of a as a jester is to a king. To
I'm out.
Oh my god.
Spirit or ghost or whatever. Bye.
That
Who's next?
weird crow was less than useful.
I think it was very useful. I learned very much from that conversation, actually, Roy.
I
Clearly.
learned something.
Funny.
Crows have 6 hits.
Exactly. We would not have known that otherwise.
That's very
And
good.
all of them were functionally rude.
Yes, also that.
Yeah, that fits most crows though.
Are we going
Functional
inside or
rudeness
not?
might be a favorite NPC character trait of mine. Who knows?
Suneri would like to lightly armor themselves.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just making sure that
And
my
just
armor and things are in place. That's it. Not looking at the ground as much as
also
possible.
also just one question. Can I know that at the end of last session we had all essentially stocked up on as many points as it was necessary, but if I roll for gather information using my blade bound asset, uh, can I just get the information without the adding the momentum and stuff? Or
Oh. Yes. Yes, you would be able to do that.
awesome, let's do this. When you gather information by listening to the whispers of your kin blade. Okay, cool. Wait, 3 dice. Supposed to. Well, I'm supposed to roll 2 dice or 3 dice. I have actually forgotten.
2d10s and 1d6.
Thank you.
And for gather information, you'll be rolling plus wits.
Okay.
Adding +2 to that because you have a bond, and also you get +1 on this specific ability.
Okay, huh? That's a 1 and a 1 on the d10s and a 2 on a d6.
Okay.
Great, great, kill me.
So
That's a success, right?
it is a success, yes.
Oh, thank God.
When
It's just that
the d10s are lower, that's the good thing. Uh, so what I'm going to do is you're at 10 momentum currently. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I will do is let you use that momentum to go against the cost because this costs 2 stress. So you'll essentially have no stress cost from this. Um, so you have a +2 to your first combat roll. That's for your strong hit. And since you roll double ones, I am going to say that your harm that your blade does for your first strike will be increased by 2. Ongoing, it's increased by 1 permanently. Permanently until the queen is dead. So for your first
Awesome.
hit on the
Do I...
queen, that will deal 4 damage, and then 3 damage from then on.
Okay. Just one thing. What was the first bit you'd said before the
Oh, your
sword thing?
first combat roll, you will roll +2. It's
Okay.
basically getting intel weakness. It's the blade essentially saying it will get hotter as it strikes truer. Okay?
Awesome. Yes. Awesome.
Who would like to go next?
So the others are doing this, and Roar's is kind of standing in front of the door, looking around, and he's, I don't know if anybody's close enough, but if they are, they can hear him sort of talking under his breath, almost like muttering, but it's very rhythmic and very rote, almost like he's repeating like a catechism or, something along those lines. And yeah, and he does this, and he kind of brings his hands in front of him and slices his knife across one palm just enough so that it bleeds, and sticks his hand in a pouch at his side, and comes out, and it's coated in these bloody ashes now that he wipes across his face, these diagonal stripes.
And you do notice in this, I told the players about this, haven't told the audience about this. Whenever you cut your palm, it is water. And it has the same properties, the same viscosity that you would expect. When it goes across your face, it turns gray like ash.
Does
Go
that?
ahead, and this is for Visage.
Yeah, so it's wits.
Yep, go ahead and make your roll.
So that gives me a 2 and 3 on the challenge, and a rolled 2 plus 3, so that's a 5. So that is a strong success.
Okay. Let's see. So you have a +2 on your first combat roll, very similar. Since you, I think you're at 10 momentum, right?
Yeah.
So go ahead and take a +1 harm. Your first hit will do 3. Normal deadly weapons do 2 harm, so we're increasing those by 1.
Would secure an advantage or face danger matter here?
That's essentially what most people have been doing. Specialized versions, but absolutely.
Cool. Um, is there an advantage to either like secure an advantage or face danger? Which one?
Uh, Face danger doesn't apply as directly here. This is gather information, secure an advantage. Either one of those would apply.
All right, I want to secure an advantage. I'm going to use my invoke, so I will be using my essence to roll, which is +6.
Okay.
Um, uh, actually, what's the difference between no, compel would be a different thing.
Yes. Compel is when you're interacting with someone.
Um, if that's the case, uh, I want to get a sense of this castle, and I think Afra is the only one that this was mentioned to thus far. Uh, Fenn's old name was actually the Iron Mountain, and it was the Iron Mountain for a reason. Um, there was iron veins in it. I want to grab the metal parts of the door, and I will use invoke to. I don't know how secure an advantage would work specifically for the castle, whether that's already getting a sense of the place or whether that would be giving us an advantage somehow when we're inside. But to I want to break this place a little bit.
Okay. Go ahead and make your roll.
All right. Please, +6, please. Yep, that is a 8 and a 3 on the one, 3 and a 1 on the challenge.
Okay. And what is your momentum at? Is it full?
Yeah, my momentum is at full.
Okay.
I do have to decrease my essence pool though, because
Yes. And
the
for
invoke is
reasons I'm
-1.
about to explain, you're actually going to decrease it by 2. Uh, you, whenever you grab hold of this metal, it's a weird word for it. It's solid, it has form, but it doesn't feel like it should. It feels like solid flesh. Now, what you are able to do, and we will discuss at a later point the ramifications of this,
That's always fun.
but you are able to push some of your living essence into this solid mass. You're not even sure what that's doing.
Ew, great. Okay.
But we will find out in time. And you're pretty sure you'd be able to do it again if you wanted to. With that,
Okay, I hated that. Fen is going to take a step back and kind of like just shake hands and try to plant feet, which is really weird. Mm, I don't like this. Um and just look at the others and go, anyone else got anything they need to do?
check.
Um, honestly, I'm looking at my assets. I don't really think there is anything I could really do with um anything because I think the one I was thinking about doing requires blood from a willing subject. So yeah. Yeah. No. I think there's nothing I can do for now.
Do what?
There's nothing. I don't think I can really do anything for now because I was thinking of using divination, but that requires blood from a willing subject, not myself.
Oh, did you move over to Archer?
I had Archer from the beginning. Yeah, I haven't actually. Yeah,
I was going to say you
yeah.
could do that to secure an advantage and give yourself a possibility of having more harm when you do it.
You know what? I might just do that. Yeah, I will. I will. Yeah, I'll probably do that. So it's just what securing an advantage, and I can either roll what wits or edge, I believe.
This one is wits or
Wits.
edge.
Okay.
Yeah, you can do either one.
Okay. I'll probably do wits in that case, and
Go for it.
nice. Okay, there's a 2 and a 5 on the challenge, and then 6 plus 2, 8 on the action.
Fantastic. So, on your first roll during combat, you will have a +1 to your action die, and you will do unless what is your momentum at?
Momentum currently at 7.
Okay, so bring it up to 9.
Okay.
And I'll go ahead and let you also have the +1 harm on your first attack only.
Okay.
Basically, you're like sharpening arrows.
Yeah.
Okay. With that, would you all like to go into the castle?
Let's
No,
go.
but yes.
Gladly.
Yeah.
um Is this a kick the door entrance or is this a pull the lever entrance?
Oh, the doors are open.
Oh,
They
okay.
were very
Right. Yeah.
politely opened for you by the queen at the end of last episode.
Thanks. I'm
So generous.
uh just
Does
gonna
she know she's coming?
lean over to probably Afra, but also Furion and just be like, if this goes bad, just run. It's not worth it.
Alfred just nods. There's a part of her that looks like she's about to protest and say something different, but she takes a look at Fen and then just nods.
Respectfully, speak for yourself.
Uh, Before they enter,
Hey, have some respect for the
Suneri's going
dead.
to.
Fen is stamping on the ground and walking in.
I prefaced it with respectfully.
Abhilasha?
Uh, Sorry. Right before they enter, she's going to go to Roar and say, with I'm going to say, if this is what I have, if this is pretty much the end, um, I am glad to have met an honorable person for once in my life, or unlife for that matter. Thank you for all whatever you've for your company and for introducing me to Afra, and I will make sure that Afra is protected to the best of my ability, and I will protect everyone here to the best of my ability, but not at the cost of my agency. But you already knew that.
You'll see, Sunari. That is what makes you honorable person. Thank you. This is obviously a trap, so everyone keep your eyes open. Trap only works if you do not see it coming. Or, they are just smarter. But we shall find out.
So everyone is walking in. Roar, as you deliver that warning, you see the others striding in front of you. Slowly at first, and then they break out into a run, a sprint,
What are you doing? No. Stop!
and you are alone.
What in the hell? Afra! Squirrel! Sunari!
There is no response. Your voice echoes off what feel like far walls in the distance.
Am I seeing anything around me? Is it just.
It's mostly darkness, blotted by a few torches in the distance. In fact, you look behind you and the door is gone.
It's wonderful. As I said, this is trap. I'll start moving forward carefully.
Okay. So, what tools are you utilizing to move forward in this space alone?
Well, I mean, a lot of it's going to be listening for movement. Um, Moving carefully enough so that if I do bump into something, it's not an immediately disaster. Um, I am not having a weapon in my hand at the moment because if I don't want to accidentally bump into one of the others and stab them instinctively. So I'll keep that put away, and a bow is useless and when you can't see anything. Um,
Okay. Go ahead and make a wits roll.
let's. That is a weak hit.
Uh, Go ahead and take 1 point of stress. As you move through, you are able to find walls, and you are able to make out that you seem to be in some sort of maze of shadows. The stress comes from the fact that every now and again you hear a slight directly in your ear.
It's not good. Does it sound human?
Describe human.
like the tenor and such that a person would use as opposed to something with a less human speaking orifice,
Ah, fair.
like some of the horrors and monsters that he has hunted over the years.
It does sound human, but not as a standard human. You said that you have heard and seen some horrors in your life. You mark back to a moment when you were tracking something that was between animal and human, had a humanoid shape to it, but the jaw had been broken open, and yet it had a laugh. This sounds similar to that as you think now something from your past is haunting you. Let's leave you there for a moment. And Abhilasha, whenever Sunere entered the doors, everyone was walking together, almost felt like a phalanx position. And then people started to fall. Finn first, then Furion, then Roar. Afra is still in front of
Uh,
you. What would you like to do?
uh, Suneri is going to like watching everybody fall. She's going to like start like panicking a little bit because okay, who does she go to first? But you have she has to go forward and Afra's still there and she can't leave Afra alone. So she uh goes so she essentially puts a hand on Afra's shoulder to try and push her back so that she can be her first she can be her shield, her
The
guard
moment
essentially.
that you put your hand on Afra's shoulder, a rot and decay ripples through Afra because everything you touch turns to ash. Her form crumbles beneath your hand, and you are alone again. What do you do?
She is frozen for a second, just watching these new people, these kind people who it accepted her, who befriended her, suddenly just, especially Afra, who was nothing but sweet and good and genuinely wholesome, and just crumble because of her touch. She's just frozen and takes it in, knows logically that this has to be something to do with the labyrinth. She can't have just, it makes no sense. But she decides, she tears uh, go down her cheek. She screams for a second, just out loud. There, she's not going to hide her emotions anymore. Just screams in fury and spite, and decides to continue forward. Someone has to finish it.
Okay. I think that warrants an iron roll.
Yee.
Gathering up your nerve.
Whoops. Oi. Okay, the dice literally just like ran away from me there.
It's not want
I
to be part
do
of this.
believe the kids call that a yeet.
Atrocious. Horrific statement from you.
See Sin's contributing to the
Uh,
Yeet comeback.
Danny, the player, takes 1 stress damage.
okay. I have picked up the dice. Let's go for this. Please, God. Uh, that's okay. Iron. What is my iron? That's a 5 on the d6, and on the challenge, it's a 3 and a 2.
Okay. So, full success. You are walking forward into this darkness, but you are resolute in your path. Furion, you are
Hit on me.
already in darkness when we come to you. The others are gone. Would you please describe to me the remains of your ruined village?
Yeah. Okay. So probably charred buildings, charred like just absolutely just crumbled buildings. Usually what used to be a large house near a hill by the village, which normally would be for the village elder. Um, a little square in the center, just normally would be pristine, full of life. Market there occasionally, just utterly destroyed, wrecked, nothing left standing. That's even before he sees. That's even before. I would assume there would be bodies there. At least that what Furion could probably see.
There are skeletal remains. There
Fun.
is one body up from the well in the center of town. Rises the corpse like visage of the village elder. Starts crawling towards you, and you just hear a raspy voice. Why?
No. No. And you can tell like Furion's like just he's shaking at this point. Like at this point, he's dropping to his knees and like upon seeing this, I don't know, like horrible figure that doesn't even look like the elder he once knew start crawling towards him. He almost starts backpedaling on instinct, but just can't find it in him to do so. He's that shaken. He's just no. I was gonna come back. I had something. I was gonna help. I could have. You can see tears flowing down his face as he just tries to get the words out, but they're failing him at this point.
The elder continues to move forward at a slow pace. Too late.
Oh no, it can't be true. No, and no, this isn't real. This isn't real. This is real.
It's been centuries.
No, you're lying. You're lying. It hasn't. It's only been a few months. It's only been a few months. No.
And the corpse falls at your feet, one hand reaching forward between yours.
He just breaks at that point, just letting loose a just absolutely pained scream of just anguish, everything. Like anything he's feeling, he is just releasing through that scream. He's feeling the scream. It's just
I think this would be a good one to ask for a heart roll from you.
I'm trusting my physical dice for these.
Go for it.
Okay. That is a I gotta double check this. Matching ones on my challenge die,
Ooh, okay,
and a 4 on my action die.
okay. The image of the village melts like wax. And we will come back to what you see in a little bit. Afra.
Hmm?
All four of your companions are standing around you. They're staring down at you. They've stopped moving at rigid attention, almost like the people of the valley
Uh, would you like me to lead the way? I can lead the way. Um, or I can call the crow again if this is a look at for instruction. I am very excited to lead. That is what is required.
were. They take a step closer.
Oh, uh, is okay. Perhaps this is a uh, weird. You all, I don't know when you all would have had the opportunity to talk about this before, so perhaps something is afflicting you all. That is fine because I will fix it in but a moment. Everybody, as now impromptu leader, I must ask you all to stop moving. As I now figure this out.
They draw their weapons.
Oh. Not what I said. um. Oh no. And they're all like, are they like blocking any and all exit? Like, there's no way.
No, there's not so close that
Okay.
it's that. You can walk.
I think Afra starts to like move away, try to like move back to get like a full view of everybody properly.
They drift
Um.
along with you.
Oh wow.
Not walk, drift.
Okay. Something has to be affecting you all. Um. um. Whatever this is, I demand that you give me my friends back. Or I will find the source of this, and it will not be very good for you. She keeps moving backwards as she's talking,
Okay.
slowly
As you
reaching for
do
her
that, start to
slingshot.
stand up for yourself. Would you please make an iron roll? You will be rolling at +2 above your normal iron.
Ah! the horrors aren't that bad. Wow. Oh wait, no, that's good. Uh, okay. Um, a +2 to my iron on top of that is a 2 5s on the challenge and a 10 total for the action.
Okay. So as you move to stand up against your friends in this moment, the spirit stands behind you and says, "You can't have them. They're mine." That is what's giving you the extra iron as a burst of energy comes forth. And we will come back to see what is left after. Finn, you don't see anything. You seem to be in a void. And not a physical void, it is metaphysical in nature. As in, you feel the life force draining from you. What would you like to do?
Well, technically, seeing nothing wasn't originally an issue for M. Um, oh, I feel like I'm going to burn through this so quickly. So I see nothing, and the only thing I feel is that someone is draining life from me.
I wouldn't say that you feel that it's someone, but something. Your essence is now at +3.
Mm. Oh no, I'm too mad for this. You don't you fucking dare. Finn is going to, I'm assuming that they can't even, like, they don't feel any of their gear, any of their body, like nothing.
You feel your body.
Huh. Um, if that's the case, mm, was gonna save this for later. I increased my invoke so that I could get compel. I'm going to, as far as Fen has ever been concerned, there wasn't really much to, seeing wasn't the same. So not seeing something is not what's bothering. They pull at what Fen would remember is the parts of themselves that made rock slides, that made it impossible for someone to simply pass without them wanting to. They pull at the rest of their essence and just take the compel action, I guess. I would be rolling at +3, or I suppose, and pull everything into themselves that Fen once knew was there and just say, no. And I believe, as my companions like to say, fuck off.
Okay. Go ahead and make a roll at plus essence. Your essence is going down to 2 to do this, but go ahead and make the roll.
Okay, that's interesting. 4, 4, and 4.
Okay. So critical success in the Ironsworn system. So your essence is going to go to +6. And you feel this body that has been known as Finn hardening. We will get to the effect of that in a moment. Would everyone please roll 2d10s and please tell me your results?
You want that as a percentile or
No, 2 separate d10s.
Okay.
7 and 3?
6 and 8.
Okay.
5 and 7.
Okay.
1 and 2.
Okay.
Everybody do it so fast. I'm just gonna do the sheet. I was gonna take out my dice for the moment, but the moment's passed. um, 6 and 8.
Okay. So, sorry, we're going to go back through this and I'm going to tell you the effect as it's happening because my brain wasn't able to remember all the numbers. Finn, what were your results?
6 and 8.
Okay. You are going to take 4 stress damage. Does that bring you to 0?
Stress is spirit?
Yeah.
No, that brings me to 1.
Okay. You're good to go for now. Roar,
7 and 3?
you are going to take 2 stress. Tyrion,
5 and 7.
okay. You are also taking 2 stress.
Okay.
Afra,
6 and 8.
you're taking 4 stress.
Funky.
Does that bring you to 0?
No, it doesn't.
Okay. And Suneri,
That's a 1 and a 2.
so you take no stress.
Okay. I was so sure I'm
Low numbers are good,
Good.
on
Low
the
numbers good.
challenge dice that you all just rolled
Uh,
because you were attempting to complete undertaking a journey.
Ooh.
I have literally been tracking it, and you all had that many progress, and you were taking
Hmm.
damage based on if you had a weak hit, a strong hit, or a miss.
I beg your pardon?
That
Huh. Huh.
was a formidable journey, by the way.
Really?
So, what you all see is torches that are lit on the sides, but there also seems to be sun coming from somewhere. And you see Finn has a giant spike of earth that has driven up through the castle, creating sunlight. Finn, would you describe what the new hardened Finn looks like?
Um, well, initially, Fen, when actually leaving the mountain, which wasn't often, looks humanoid in shape. The hair is entirely moss and leaves, and anything that counts as clothing is only greenery. Everything underneath that is rock and stone, and where you would see veins on a person are just red veins of iron running through several different mineral colors of rock. Um, Fen at this point has probably gained at least a foot, so I'm guessing probably well over 6 feet. And is doesn't look burly, but looks very let's see, with the iron around air hands, dangerous.
Very good. So, two things to track on Finn. Your invoke is at this point going to be a damage track. As long as you continue to have essence, you will have 3 harm dealt by your weapons. Yes, yes, those.
Hands are rated E for everyone.
Love it. And with that, you see this labyrinth was not a physical space. It was an amalgamation of the anguish of all the people that the queen had killed, reaching from beyond the grave because now they serve her.
Okay.
Doors in front of you open, and you see a throne room before you, lit by 6 torches. And a woman that is 10 feet tall, dressed in red leathers with those same dagger-like stilettos that I described earlier.
Really
But
got at
now,
all the gays right now.
as you get closer, you see that some parts of this woman's form undulate underneath the leathers. Like there is something trying to break forth. And that is where we will go to break.
Huh?
Okay.
And welcome back. We are facing off with the Red Queen. So, first thing that I want you to know is that each turn before you act, you will take one spirit damage. Yeah, yeah. Some of you are very low.
Yes.
Oh,
We're going to
yep.
get there.
Oh, fun. Okay.
Uh, so, let's go ahead and start us off. Which there are so many moves. Let's enter the fray, I think it is. But whoever has a plus two, does somebody have plus three to edge? Danny, would you please make that roll?
Oh. Okay. A edge roll?
Hmm.
Is it an edge roll?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Hold on. Wait. I think that's a weak hit if I can do math. 4 plus 1, 2, 3. Yep. So 7 on the action die and a 6 and 8 on the challenge. So a weak hit, I believe.
Okay. Uh, so with that, you are going to choose between two actions. I will let you know that this is an epic foe. An epic foe deals 5 harm. Do you remember those effigies? One source of damage is assuaged by them. So it is up to you, Danny. Would you like to take plus 2 momentum or take initiative?
Initiative sounds lovely.
Okay. I will let you all decide which one of you goes first. Who would like to take the front?
Um, in my heart, I want to say Fen. In my heart of hearts. But I'm open to other suggestions.
Um, Therian is squishy archer boy. He will take the rear. He's a sneaky sneak thief, not a stabby stab thief.
Uh,
Fair.
let's see if this might be the one good hit I get in. If I do, because I'm at one spirit, and you said we take one every like right before we act
Let's say it's at the end.
at the end of the turn. Okay. Um. Yeah, fuck it. Then the question is, why the fuck did you do this? And running up and just trying to clock her in the stomach. I'm gonna try to sucker punch her. Um, we're rolling highest stat or
Right
I,
now, you can roll with your
I can
essence.
roll with my essence and I lose one every time.
You lose one every time. If you want to lose more to do more harm, you can.
Oh, that's right, because I got 3. Um, yeah, it makes sense to roll with that until it drops to at least 3 then.
Okay.
Yep. 6, 7, 8, 3 and 5.
Okay. So that is a strong hit. I do love that I'm rolling back and forth because this is only the second combat that we've done. So even the combat moves are, a little bit iffy for me. Okay. So you on a strong hit will inflict 4 harm base. It
Okay.
is up to you if you would like to give up any additional essence to inflict more.
Mm, I drop one whenever I drop one anyway when I roll with it, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop 2 more so that I'm at 3.
Okay. So dropping 2 more, it'll do 2 additional harm. It's a total of 6 harm that you are doing with your first attack. Describe how it looks as you are bringing forth the power of the punch.
Um, Fen just runs. It starts off as a slow run because rock. And just immediately turns into a racing down a mountain. There isn't any technique to it. There isn't any type of training that people would do. It's just runs up right next to her and fist right in the stomach. And literally trying to punch just straight through her.
You do punch straight through her. And then from inside her leathers, the tentacles wrap around your arm,
Great.
doing you no damage at this point, but you are stuck in melee with her. You are going to take 1 spirit and go ahead and make a roll at plus heart.
It's heart. Okay.
Psychic damage to me.
Psychic damage. Okay. 5, 4, and 6.
Which one was the action die?
5. It's total 5 on the action die, and then 4 and 6 on the challenge.
Okay. You are able to press on for now. Any future spirit damage that you take immediately goes towards your momentum
Got it.
at this point. Okay. You still have the initiative. So, who of your group would like to go next?
I'll go. So, this was not the way Roar was planning for this to start at all. But Finn has obviously had other ideas. And so he kind of curses under his breath for a second and then goes running after after Finn. And rather than his preferred, you know, bow and arrow, keep distance kind of thing, um, he pulls that obsidian knife out. And rather than just, charge right in, he comes running up and he's actually going to hit the ground to kind of slide past and bring that knife back like this into the hamstring on her left leg.
I will say this as you are describing, I will give the response that the queen gave to Finn's question because I forgot to do that. My apologies. I'm not concerned with the why, and neither should you be. You should be concerned with the what, as in what am I going to do to you next? And go ahead and roll for Roar.
So that is a 5 and a 6 on the challenge and a 7 on the action.
Okay. So you are able to do 4 harm. And you maintain initiative.
And so he slides past, kind of swings around, rips through that hamstring, comes back up into a crouch. And perhaps you should be worried about what we are doing to you.
People like you come and go. I have no concern of you.
You have never met someone like me.
My hero. So you are maintaining initiative. Who would like to go next?
I'd like to. So Mary would like to go next. She, similarly to Roar, is not going to go in straight for the she's going to go to try and essentially cover Roar, is essentially going to provide backup to Roar and make sure that is just like a second at this point, and is going to go in and is going to go in from to her right. They're going to flank her from the right and try and hack at the tentacle that's holding Fen right now.
Okay, go for it.
Also, because she is, this is technically entering the fray, and she is wielding her kin blade, so I am also going to be adding +1 to the other stuff that's also been added. So there's going to be some good, please God. Okay. How much am I adding to the the d6?
I think 5.
Okay, that's a 4 plus 5. We'll start with the good news. That's a 4 plus 5, and a 9. And my luck has run out on the challenge die, so that's a 7 and a 2.
Okay. You're still got a strong hit. Because of the bonuses, but you still got a strong hit. So that will be 4 additional harm, and you all retain initiative. You've been very lucky so far. I'm so happy for you. Oh, did Roar take the 1 stress at the end of his turn? Okay. And same for Abhilasha. Will Suneri? Does that put Suneri at 0?
Stress, like spirit stress wise, right?
Yes.
No, just
you rolled.
no.
Really
She didn't really take. I didn't really take any damage in the labyrinth, so I'm at a 4 right now.
Okay, fantastic. Then would like to go next?
I can go. Quick question. As we all appeared in this space, do I still feel or see the spirit behind me? Are they
You know
gone?
the spirit's there. You
Yeah.
can call on the spirit if you so choose.
Didn't like that. Okay. that's a thought for if things get dangerous.
Okay.
But they already are. But I think Afra, seeing all this, sort of pauses for a second, processing, realizing these are her actual friends and not the people who were about to attack her. But as everybody sort of goes into action, she sort of looks around, shakes her hands a bit, and then grabs for a slingshot, and then will rush. How big is this room?
It's pretty substantial. Probably a good 100 feet in. You all are battling about 50 feet in. Probably a good like 40 or 50 to each side.
Gotcha.
Well, no, like 20 to 25 to each side.
Okay. Then Afra is going to run forward, but sort of go like a curve sort of space. And take out from one of the pouches on her leg a rock that probably looks a little weird because we're in a weird space, but it's a rock. And will sort of skid to a halt and wait until she comes to full stop before pulling back the sling and trying to shoot a essentially a rock into the queen's other leg, opposite what Roar went for.
Go for it.
Uh, Oh, also, I have a thing. When for a slinger, when I strike by launching stones at a foe, I can choose one. It says advancing foe. Does that mean they have to be attacking, or does it mean what does advancing foe mean?
Let me.
Or is that just flavor text?
It could be, honestly.
Okay.
I would like to find it so I can confirm, though.
I will roll. And oh wait, no, actually I won't because I need you to confirm this because I have to say a thing before I roll.
Oh, that is. They're meant to, like, if a foe is going towards you specifically.
Oh, okay. So it wouldn't apply here.
No.
Okay, well never mind. Okay, and what for it's our highest stat that we do when attacking?
Yeah.
Okay. um okay. That is a 5 on the action and a 3 wait, and a 3 and a 7 on the challenge.
Oh, I love that for you.
Uh,
Now, was that a 5 total?
The action was 5 total, yes.
Good, good. So you're going to deal uh, 2 harm because you get +1 from what would normally be with a stone from the slinger ability.
Yeah.
And you all lose initiative for the first time.
My bad.
So, at the end of your turn, you're going to take the 1 stress. Does that put you at 0?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that part. Yeah, it does do that.
Could you please roll plus heart for me?
Of course.
Also +1 because I have loyalist.
Thank you.
Everyone, if you're rolling for endure stress, as long as I'm around, you get a +1.
Oh, I think you just saved me. So that is an 8 then on the action, and then a 8 and a 2 on the challenge.
Okay. So, weak hit, you press on.
Oh!
And on a hit, I get +1 momentum, so I am back at 10.
Welcome.
Nice.
Now, everyone is going to take a 5 harm attack. You have the effigies. Just as a reminder, they alleviate a hit. To describe what happens, tentacles burst forth from the queen's body, there are hands on the end of them with dagger like fingers, and it is those that are piercing into you with lunges. And you realize because of this, she is able to attack all of you at once if any one of you loses initiative.
Jesus.
One of each of your effigy uses is gone. Firion, your turn.
Upon seeing that, Furion is gonna. This is just reinforcing that, like, you know what? I really don't like this queen. Really don't. So I am going to see if I can move to a better position to shoot an arrow at her with. I would like to do so by using my Shadow Walk asset.
Okay.
So yeah, so I have roll plus shadow. Let's see how I do on this first. Nice. Okay, that is a one sec. That's 2 into 5 on my challenge and a 6 on my action.
Okay. So you'll take +1 momentum,
Sick, I'm at 10.
and on your next move, you will have the ability to re-roll any dice.
Cool. Yeah.
Now, unfortunately, you do not retain initiative.
Unfortunate. I figured as much, yeah.
So the second effigy is going to be gone. Also, you'll take 1
Spirit, yeah.
stress. But that brings us back around to the top. We're going to kind of do Lancer rules. If you would like to change your initiative, you're more than welcome to. Or we could start with Finn again.
I actually would like to go first if I could.
Go ahead.
Go for it.
So Roar is behind her and he is going to take, he puts his fingers up and he just lets out a really shrill whistle. And you just hear the sound of wings and a shriek as Vela comes swooping down to claw at the eyes of this thing, of the queen. And not necessarily to deal damage because, hey, it's just a bird against a 10-foot tall giant woman, but more as a distraction and to give openings to everyone else.
Okay.
And then she takes back off. That drops my spirit to 0.
Okay.
Again, blanket statement. Everyone gets the +1.
I would like to go after Roar, just FYI.
Okay. I actually am going to take back something that I did. I am going to say that she gets 1 attack on all of you each turn. So for Firion's turn of losing the initiative, I'm going to roll the decider.
Oh boy. It's time for the thunk. It is time for the thunk.
Everyone hold
And
it.
I'm going to go
thunk.
based on my screen. So 1 to 20 is 1 person, 6. That is Suneri.
Oh no!
So what that means is we're retconning the attack. Roar, Finn, Firion, and Afra still have 1 use on Roar's turn. When Roar's turn happens, the rest of your uses go away. Suneri is going down to 0. However, you do get to roll your endure harm for this roll. So you can go ahead and roll plus iron.
Okay. Same challenge
good.
die plus d6. Okay.
You're so good. You're so good. Oh, you're so good.
Okay. Okay. Plus iron, right? Okay.
And a plus
Uh,
1, I think.
And a
That's
plus 1 from me.
Right, yeah, because loyalist.
okay. Fantastic. Okay. 1 plus 3 plus. Okay. That's a 5 on the d6 and a 4 and a 2 on the challenge die.
Nice.
Okay.
Whew.
Let's see. Your health is not greater than 0 at this point, but you are able to remain standing. And you
Okay.
do
So my
not.
health has gone down to zero
Well, you
right now,
are
right?
at 0, but you're able to stay standing and stay fighting.
Okay.
If you miss on the face in endure harm, that is when things get
Dings.
done. You at this point don't even have abilities marked.
I
So
believe I need to roll. For my spirit going to 0.
yes.
That's 2, 4, 5 on my action die, and a 4 and a 1 on the challenge.
Okay, so you are good for now.
So Finn saved my butt.
Yes. And did I ever have you roll your plus for secure an advantage with your hawk?
No.
So please roll that.
That would be wits, right? That would be wits.
You can roll with wits. That's fine.
Okay.
It says
Let's
plus
see.
edge.
That's a.
I really don't care.
Okay. Either way, it comes out as a weak hit, but you know what? I'm going to burn momentum on it. Because I have a 10 momentum, so I'm going to cancel out that 9 and 8. Or 9 and 7.
I will tell you that on this roll, the difference is going to be making. Oh, actually, no. On a strong hit, you can make another move now. So that is a fair use of. I didn't think it was going to give you as much, but you can use take control.
Okay. So I used burn momentum to get a strong hit out of it, and then I can make another action, basically.
Make another action. You will be at +1 from what you previously were. Retconning a lot. The attack will actually happen after this move.
Okay.
So go ahead and you can make your attack if you would like.
And then he just kind of jumps forward again, going for the sweet spot between whatever 2 ribs that is that that they said in Pitch Black.
I think those are tentacles, not ribs.
Hi.
Whatever.
Ribticles?
Worse.
So
does she have a tentacle cage?
These are questions that need to be asked.
A 5 on the action die and a 5 and 3 on challenge, so that's a weak hit.
Okay. So you will end up doing 2 harm. Okay. And then all of the other stuff happened. You did lose initiative, so we were still right.
Right.
Who would like to go next?
I think Scenario is going to go next.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said I was going to go next. Okay. I think I can still do this because I'm still holding on. I am now going to press my hand on my sword to draw water and use the leech asset uh, to draw an intricate water rune. It says blood rune, but water rune in this case. And on a strong hit, the rune thirsts for fresh blood. And on one time only, when you make a move to inflict harm, I can re-roll any dice and inflict +2 on a hit. And for each point of harm inflicted, I can take +1 and allocate as plus health or plus momentum.
Go ahead and
That's
make
pretty
that
good.
plus Ironsworn.
Please roll well. Do not screw up this. Yes! Yes, that's a 3 and a 3 on a challenge die, and 3 plus 3 with the iron, so that's a 6. So 6 on this d6 and 3 and a 3 on the challenge die. I'm so happy right now. Thank
Pretty
I
God.
will
good.
say, this will let you act. Normally, that would be your turn, but this will let you act again. So you're going to be able to get your attack in still while having initiative.
Okay, fantastic. All right. So, okay, so I'm going to make a move. Okay, yeah. So on a strong hit, the rune thirst for fresh blood. Okay, yeah. So I'm going to move to inflict harm. Oh boy, come on. Oi! A 6 and a 6 on the challenge die, and 1 plus and yeah one and 6 plus yeah, and a 6 on the d6. So that's
Did you roll
you.
3 3s and then 3 6s?
Actually, no, wait, I'm so sorry. I'm wrong on that front. It's a
Oh.
6 on the d6. It's a 6 and a 1 on the challenge die. Sorry,
Okay.
I read that entirely wrong.
Oh, you're fine. I was just like, that would be improbable to the max. Okay. So you will deal 5 harm on that hit. And you are back at +5 health, unless you want to put it toward momentum, which you already have 10 momentum, I think. So
Yeah, that's gonna go to health, baby.
fair enough.
And I'm back on 5 health.
And that was a strong hit? Or was it a 6 total, or you rolled 6 on the action die?
They might be frozen.
Oh, you're muted.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Yeah. So I rolled a 6 on the action die. My
So
combat roll
what's your-
was increased by +1, so that would be a
Okay. All right.
so
So it was a strong hit. So you all retain initiative. Now you see how important that is. Who all? Afra, Furion, and Finn have not gone yet this turn.
I'll go last.
Okay.
I could probably go next.
All right.
So I guess emerging from his place in the shadows after he shadow walked to gate to, I guess, move to an advantageous position, he's gonna do sort of almost like emerge from the shadows, bow drawn and ready to aim at the queen's face. Yeah. So and he's only gonna say this one this one line. This is for my family, you bitch. And he's gonna let loose an arrow. So I guess, well, how are we rolling? I'm assuming rolling with a high stat. Okay. We have.
And you have a re-roll of any dice What you
Do.
want on this?
All right. What do I got? Yes, that's 5, 8. So that's an 8 on my action die and a 4 and a 6 on my challenge.
Okay. So you got a strong hit. So you're going to do 3 harm.
Right, because that's
And
factoring in the +1 from the.
nope, you will do 4 harm total because this is your first hit. I forgot about that.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. So you all retain initiative. I think that goes to Afra.
Bye. That's okay. I got a slingshot in a dream, man. What Afra will I think after seeing the whole tentacle attack that threw her off guard immensely.
As tentacles do.
as tentacle do.
Are we still taking the -1 spirit every round, or
Yes.
okay? At the end of our turn.
Yes.
Thank you for reminding me, Ashley.
Did anyone else need to make a roll on that? Because if you were at 0 already during your turn, you would need to make a endure stress roll.
No, right now I'm at 1 after the stress damage I took. So yeah.
I think Roar just made an endure stress, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, Roar made
And
his.
that was your first one. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Bookkeeping.
And especially seeing, I think specifically Sun Harry take like a very bad hit, I imagine, and then have to come back up. I think that freaks Afra out a lot, and she like pauses for a second. Um,
Like, just to put it in a vision, you're seeing like 5 jets of water burst out Tsunari's back.
Oh, yeah, no, that's great. Yeah, she fully freezes for a second. Her eyes go wide. And I think without meaning to, she calls for the spirit purely almost as a comfort thing. Um, so in like quietly, she'll just be like, oh, um, please, please, and see if
Yeah,
something happens.
you're not dying until I'm done with you.
Thank you.
That is the spirit helping.
No, that's real. And I would like to, I guess, secure an advantage with the spirit's help.
You
Or
can make
with
an
spirit,
attack.
I can make an attack.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What bonus would it give a plus to attack? Or would it give a plus to the damage to spirit?
Let me see. What is the name of it? Spirit Bound?
Spirit bound, yeah. Because the spirit usually only gives a +1 for secure an advantage and gather information, or for face death, but we're not there yet. Um,
Yeah. We'll say this is a +1 to the harm you can do.
okay, thank you. Then yeah, I'd like to picture as like the spirit itself is helping Afra move and like pull her hand back and the slingshot back, and there's much more rocks in the actual slingshot that she's shooting at once. And I will roll. Um, ah, oh, would you look at that? A 6 on the action and a 1 and a 4 on the challenge. So a strong
Nice. So you're going to end up doing 4 damage.
hit. um, uh, and as she does that, Afra's just repeating, sort of over in her mind, just don't be scared, don't be scared, don't be scared, don't be scared. You're not scared. You're not scared. Um, and will are there pillars around? Is it like a pillory? Like pillars in this space.
Yeah.
Would Afra be able to like climb up one and like?
It probably wouldn't have enough purchase to actually climb.
Okay, then she's just gonna stand sort of by one and keep it pulled back. Just
Unless you want to Mulan it with your sling.
yeah. Yeah, just have a
Is
vantage
there
point.
like a big? You'd need like a big medallion like to attach to it, and then like do the climbing thing.
I have a scarf.
Just remember, you must be swift as a rush.
Even the coursing river in our veins. Yeah. After like sort of like very deer like goes from like pillar to pillar, and then will use like the scarf she has as leverage to like wrap around and hold herself, and essentially just have like a higher vantage point. So if something happens, maybe she'll be able to jump down and do something. Essentially.
Okay. I'm here for it. And you know who else is here for it? Fen, because you all didn't lose initiative yet this turn.
Do you need to roll, by the way, Afra, for
I
endure
thank
stress?
you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
That's
Okay.
true.
Uh. Oh, I'm fine. 5 on the action, 3-1 on the challenge. Strong hit.
Okay.
We only know success.
So you are still holding on.
Sorry,
Glad I decided to take that particular asset.
Yes. Yes.
Finn's turn.
All right. Finn is just going to go, that's not an answer. And try to actually just grab some of the tentacles and rip them out. And is going to say, "Why did you kill me?" And I am going to roll iron to do this because I'm going to try to temporarily keep a little bit of my invoke left. I'm going to use my moment.
Okay.
It was a 3 on the it was a 6 total on the action and 9 and a 7 on the challenge.
Okay.
So I'm going to use my momentum. I'll burn the
Fair. So you're going to be able to do 4 again. And we'll say this is the point where you're taking stress this round. As you pull out the tentacles, it's like a tongue that just keeps coming. Like you're doing damage, but there's still more inside a very contained space. Okay. So you maintained momentum, or you maintained initiative. So who is going next? Because we're back to the top. Now, did you go down to 0 at that one?
I've been at 0 stress. I still
Okay.
I have to roll
So
again.
go ahead and make your roll.
6, 6, and 6.
Beg your pardon?
I
6,
think
6, and 6.
this is a perfect time. Now, hold on one second. Was that 6 before or after bonuses?
That was before the bonus. My bonus is +1, only +1. My heart is +1.
I think that it is fair for you to have uh, a negative this time since you are enduring stress. You see as small, like almost cephalopod creatures go into your arm. You are going to take the debility shaken. So when your momentum comes back, it is at +1 instead of +2. And if you take more stress, you will have to face desolation.
Great. Dude,
So might not be a good time for Finn to go.
yeah. I don't know what the fuck. I think Finn is still just yelling, "Answer me," when that's, even if that's happening. I don't know how bugs get into rocks, but I guess they do.
In invariably it happens in nature too.
Yep, it does.
But the queen will just say, "Why did I kill you? Why does a stream go down river? Because that's what it does. And that is what I do. I kill." So, back to the top of initiative. Who would like to go first?
I guess I will, based on what she just said, because I gotta answer that. Is because Roar is just because he's behind her, so he's just gonna throw that arm around there and bring the knife up to her throat. That makes two of us. Sure.
Okay. Go ahead and make your roll.
Oh, that is a 5 and a 5 on the challenge dice and a 6 on the action dice.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you are doing your damage, doing a lot of damage. It is at this point where, when you cut the throat of the queen, her head just falls back and an open, gaping hole bursts forth with 1,000 clawed tentacles.
Oh, you are one ugly bitch.
Claudicles. My
He's just
greatest
gonna fall
weakness.
back away and.
So, are you going? You are at 0.
Yes, so I need
Your special, you're going to make 2 rolls.
Okay.
Huh?
Both heart.
Yeah.
Okay. So that
Sometimes
is
criticals are good, sometimes they're bad. You never know.
right. So that one's a weak hit.
Okay. You're fine on a weak hit.
And that one's a strong hit.
Okay. You are good.
Is
I'm
this endure
realizing
stress or...
more and more just how difficult it is to kill you all. But with your strong hit, who would you maintain initiative? So who would like to go next?
That would be me. That would be Suneri. Seeing that, Suneri, like for the first time, kind of grimaces. She has been very focused, very getting this down, no banter. We're here for a fight, let's just fight. Because this is not technically her fight, this is Fenn's fight. But for the first time, she like kind of cringes a little and goes, "Man, how are you as a tyrant both uncreative and unsexy? This is depressing." Okay. And she is going and she is going to use the sword master asset to strike at okay, it's going to strike at essentially her chest. It's going to strike at her heart, just essentially just trying to find a weak point or something that can attack, something that can hit.
Okay. Go ahead and make your roll.
Also, wait, let me just see the thing. When you strike or clash and okay, and I am going to burn momentum because I want a good result. So I'm going to burn a bit of momentum on this one.
Make sure to roll first because you can burn momentum after you've made the roll.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. Okay. 3 and a 2 on the challenge die, and okay, on the action die, I keep forgetting what I have to add to the action die. Why do I keep
You'll
doing this?
be adding 4.
Okay, so that's a 5. 5 on the action. 5 of total on the action, and 3 and a 2 on the challenge.
Okay. So you go for where you think the heart would be, but you feel the blade get heavy in your hand, and your strike goes down into the stomach of the creature, lower than you would have thought. But for the first time, you actually find purchase within this writhing mass. And the queen melts to black ichor. The final thing to go is her head, which falls to the ground and gasps, "Finally." Now, 4 of you are left in that scene for a moment. Suneri, you are back with your ancestor. She opens her arms. "Well done."
I did it. She's dead. Is that it?
"It is. Come."
But there should be more. I shouldn't there be more? I don't feel different. Is what 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 do you want me to do? What should I do? This Were you lying to me as well?
She steps forward. Says, "No. I merely wish to absolve you. You have been carrying a burden for far too long."
Okay. She's going to take a step forward very cautiously, just very slow, tiny steps, which, considering someone for her height, is still pretty big, but still, she takes slow, tiny steps, just her eyes on like every inch of, every inch of, I'm so sorry, every inch of her, of the figure in front of her, just kind of edging, trying to see if she has something at her back, and and is inches away from like embracing her. It's just like inches away now, face to face.
And Your ancestor wraps her arms around you in a genuine hug. I must thank you. And it is at this point where you see pieces of the form start to melt away. I couldn't have her back unless someone killed her. But you did just murder my love. And you feel spikes go through your body. Shh. Shh. It'll be okay. You can join us too. I would like you to make a face death roll.
Okay, what do I roll that?
It is plus heart.
Okay.
You got this for sure, right? Oh, you're so good, right? That sounded good.
Okay. That's 5. Sorry, 4 plus 1, 5 on the action die, and 8. And what the fuck is this one on the challenge die?
And you didn't use your momentum before, correct?
No,
I would
I would like
suggest using it now.
I'm going to use it now.
What the rest of you all see is Suneri's body, like, almost eviscerated. But somehow she remains standing. Barely. She will need help, but Suneri has survived. I want you to know, if that was not a strong hit, that would have been moving toward, like, essentially they mark you for death in the system. You survived. The attendant of the queen comes up to you all. I mean you no harm, but I have instructions.
I would like to say real quick that from a top, from a higher point of a pillar, people just heard a loud scream for a moment as Sunhari looks like got impaled multiple times and eviscerated just suddenly out of nowhere. You just heard a very horrified scream, and a the sound of something hitting the ground as Alfred fully let go of her thing and just let herself fall to the ground and scrambled over to try and help. Um and she is just sort of like as if trying to hold Sunhari together, wrapped her arms around her and is holding her tightly and is trying to do something. So she doesn't register that another voice has entered the room. I think she's very focused on trying to hold her together.
Suneri is
So,
conscious.
yeah, and she's fully actively crying and swearing and just kind of saying, I knew none of my family, what the fuck, I knew none of my family were fucking worth it. She's beyond angry and just kind of cursing with whatever energy she has left.
Roar, because he immediately reacts to this attendant and basically moves to put himself between that individual and everyone else, specifically Tsuneri. And he's just kind of standing there. He looks drained. Got zero spirit. He just kind of drooping, but he still got that knife and that reverse grip in front of him. Explain yourself quickly.
Oh, they keep their hands up and kind of like move around. I do not possess the queen's abilities. You got your hope from the possibility that the queen would die. I got my hope from serving her. We are not that different.
You need to explain faster because you're not doing a good job of it right now.
Well, if you wish to kill me now that the queen is dead, I won't be alive much longer myself. So, if you wish to kill me and not have answers, that is your choice.
No answers. Finn is going over to Roar to like put a hand up, and not like touching Roar, but kind of the same way Roar put a hand on Fenn's shoulder earlier. And also looking over at like looking very worriedly at Tsuneri, but also kind of checking that Furion is still standing. Um, like I think several of us want answers.
Agreed.
Of course, I know only as much as I have been told, but I was given instruction to guide you to the top of the highest tower.
By who?
By my queen. If someone were to ever slay her, I was to answer any questions they had and guide them to the top of the highest tower.
Can we take care of Tsuneri? Looking over.
I have water. She will heal.
Do that. That is our first. Do that.
And they bring a large clay jug. Here, I suspect that you would not trust me if you could not examine it yourself.
Exit.
It is water as they claim.
I guess this would also be a good time to ask what desolation does.
Uh, at this point, the only thing that it does currently is setting your momentum down. If you take additional stress, then you can have another debility. If you have another debility, then you would face desolation on any stress damage.
Gotcha.
Afra like puts a finger in the water to test first, just to make sure.
It's exactly as the other water that you've seen in the valley.
She then very quickly, eyes still very wide, hand shaking, will essentially kneel beside Sceneri and then say, I, uh, I, calm. I can pour this on you and you are going to feel better. Is that okay? Yes or yes?
Just do it. What difference does it make anymore?
Um, uh, you feeling better? That is a uh, great difference. And then, as she's sort of stuttering a bit, we'll pour the water over Scenery.
And just as the water had previously, it does regenerate Tsuneri's body. I will say that you would mark the wounded debility, but that is the only mark that you have from this.
My health's back up, right?
Yes, yes.
Cool.
I
Suneri. Sorry.
I hope that is sufficient proof that I bear you no ill will.
Work for now.
Start. Decent start. Um, but you said
Get out of the room
oh,
No.
before not you guys, not you. I'm telling him, get out of the room before I make mincemeat out of you. I am not in a good state of mind, and
We
trust
need
me, you're-
Tsunari. We need her. Peace. I'm sorry.
So I would love to see you make mincemeat out of them. We do need them for answers.
Take a breath.
make it cool.
Show us this tower.
Okay.
Very well. And it's not far off. There's one relatively small passageway that goes out, and it's well lit. You actually see that a majority of this passage is open air, so you can see the sun above. Don't remember a sun in the valley before this. But
As we leave the room, I'm going to look at the, I guess, is puddle on the floor? Okay. I'll follow. Shoot a look at Firin and just kind of like nod and follow everyone.
As they're walking,
have
Roar
any
is going
questions,
to.
I am as equipped as I can be.
As they're walking, Roar is going to fall in step with Afra, and he's just going to reach down and just. He's holding onto her hand as they're walking. Just. Because he's about ready to fall asleep. He's going to pass out at this point.
Afra holds Rora's hand very, very tightly with like when he holds her one hand, she takes her other hand and holds his hand as well. So both of her hands are holding his own. And she like leans against him a little bit as they're walking. And she's trying to stay like standing up straight, not scared at all. Um perfectly okay with this. Even if she's shaking a little bit. She's providing a sort of stability as they walk.
What happens now? Fen says to the attendant. Why? What happens when she's dead?
Well, part of it I know, part of it I don't. She said to tell you if the second and third don't fall, she will rise again.
Sorry, did you just say second and third?
Yes, there was a first mortal in the valley, and then a second and a third. This way. And they start walking up the stairs of the tower.
Okay, let's
Why are we following them?
Because they have answers. Some of us need answers.
I just
what
want.
are we
I want to get
going?
out of here.
We're going to. We will get out of here. I'm sure.
As you're
Sunaid, by the way, has not stopped crying. She's straight up just having a walking silent breakdown.
Yeah, Fen will put a hand on her shoulder just to be like, we don't have any other answers.
as you're walking up the tower, the attendant says, the first, second, and third, when they came to the valley, they remade it in their image. And so it is what you see today. Those who lack hope are lost in a way. They become the people of the valley. Those who maintain hope for any reason, as I do in service to the Queen, maintain themselves. And they walk out. You can see out from the tower, kind of see all parts of the valley from here. I was told to bring you here so you could see that it is not over. It has merely begun. You do see a 1,000-foot tall titan has risen and is falling with the queen. But that sun is not a sun. It's a giant burning phoenix in the sky. The dragon. And on another part of the valley, coming up from the earth itself, you see a large worm collapsing on jaws, rows and rows of teeth. If you wish to remake the valley in your image, all you must do is defeat the second and the third, the Blue King and the Yellow Monarch. Or is your struggle over? And this is where we will back away from the story with the ongoing struggle of the valley. The battle ended a little bit more quickly than I thought it would.
Oh,
We got really lucky with those heads, to be fair.
It was quite.
Yeah, that was.
Valley
that
is
loyalist came in a lot more handy than I thought it would.
It was
Oh, that
very
is such a
handy,
good ability.
honestly.
Yeah.
So let's go around the table to the shocked and awed faces, and let's talk about everybody, like who they are, what they're up to, all that jazz. Uh, in the same order that we did previously, starting with the befuddled Danny.
Ethan, why do you hate me? I said real quick. Just consider that question in your heart and your spirit, please. I just want you to really process that deep down. Hi, I'm Danny's Corner. I animated pizza on Twitter. Yeah. You know. You can find me uh on Twitter, as I said before. You can find me on Blue Sky, but there's so little you'll find. Danny's Corner still. On Insta, I believe I am Danny underscore corner, either that or TikTok. It's one of those. And yeah, if you want to see me in other games, whether they be of the soul crushing or not, um, just keep up to date with me on Twitter, and that's where I post usually all the games I'm in. I cannot remember them right now because I'm busy processing the story that has been told to us. And I would like to take this moment and say, Sin, you're such a cool storyteller. And you're really cool. And I love it. And I love the horrors you bestowed upon us. And I hope that one day we can all come back again for even greater horrors, even more unknown. And you're so cool. And all of you are amazing. And that's all, folks. Except no, it's not because someone else has to go. Back to you in the studio, Jack.
Sean, would you please take it from there?
I can try. Um, that was a thing. Um, yes, I'm Sean. Um, you can find me on Discord and Blue Skies Rise, and Threads and IG is more of my photography stuff. That's Raven Black Photography. Um, wow. I am. Yeah, I want to go kill these other two people now and fix everything because Roar now has more monsters to hunt, and they're big monsters. Um, wow. Let's see. What do I got coming up? Oh, Locust on October 8th is the next thing I have coming up. And then, God, I forgot dates. When is this? I'll be doing a Call of Cthulhu game on Lost Caravan on the 20th of October. Um, Locust, by the way, is over on Singularity. Um, where, where that's is it going to be is that our last episode? No,
No, I think we got two more.
two more, right? Yeah, okay, yeah. Almost our last, the penultimate episode of Locust, which is gotten absolutely bonkers, and yeah, it's fun. Oh, do I have anything else going on? Oh, starting in October, I'm actually going to be um, GMing a game over on Lost Caravan, but it's going to be it's not a live stream anymore. It's going to be a recorded for YouTube. We're doing Old Gods of Appalachia, which is going to be fantastic. I have a great crew set up. We are currently getting everything set in place for a fantastic story that will hopefully scare the bejesus out of a lot of people. So, definitely invite people to check that out once we get that going, and those will be going straight to our YouTube channel. So, I think that's it for now.
All right, then moving up to the top row, Keldry.
Hello. I am Keldry. You can find me at Starless Solid on Twitter and on Blue Sky. I am Starless Solid, also Starless underscore Solid on Discord. I am currently not doing any, not necessarily doing any games right away. I tend to go in and out of doing that, but I am opening up commissions, and that is anything from tiny little uh, icons to I love me some traditional old fashioned creepy monster art. So and character art. So anything in between. Fantasy is my jam, but I also at heart like doing tiny Neopets like creatures, which is going to date me severely. Um, but yeah, you can hit me up on any of those locations with messages, and I will get back to you. Um, and thank you, Sin. God's Fen wants to punch more things. You had to do that at the end. All right, signing off.
I had to. It's
Pyrrhic victory.
actually written into the GM code. Uh, Abhilasha.
Okay, sure. Hi, this has been Abhilasha, and I have been your resident tortured Butch Knight who's going to be having just so many more breakdowns. But definitely makes her more ready to do more murder. So mission accomplished, I guess. Sid, just saying. But also, you can find me on at Doctor underscore Ybone on Twitter and Ombre Lesbian Night on Blue Sky. And you will be I am booked as hell this month, so you will be finding me on Sunday playing Lycanthropes with Sword and Key Productions. So please do come join me. Play a very posh werewolf. You can also find me on the On Girls Run These Worlds Twitch channel playing Bluebeard's Bride. They're on our third episode. Wait, are we on a no? Sorry, we are on our fourth episode, and this time it's going to be Lovecraft. So yeah, we have some truly horrific plans ready for us. So anyone who wants to join, please do join on. I think what's Monday's date? On 2nd October. So yeah, you will see all of that stuff on my Twitter. I will be posting and telling about all the other about 80,000 things that I have hopefully not overbooked myself for. But let's. This was amazing. I loved playing with everyone so much. Thank you. This was such a great campaign. I had such a great time. And Sin, you are an amazing GM. Everyone is great. Also, Sin, as a mark of a great GM, I would like to give you the best thing I can tell you, and that is fuck you, but also thank you.
I will take that with pride. Thank you so much. Abhishek.
Hey everyone, this has been Abhishek. I've had the honor of playing Firion for this lovely little adventure here. You can find me over on Twitter at neon_Raiden and on Instagram at Abhishek Matange _VO. And soon to be Blue Sky at some point in the future. But yeah, as for other games that I'm going to be doing, I will be involved in a couple of one-shots this upcoming month for Halloween's assorted stuff. My first one, I will be involved in a Monster of the Week one shot over on Neon Lights Roleplay, and that's going to be pretty fun. After that, I will be involved in a little bit of a palate cleanser, a Drama Llamas one shot over on Sword and Key. And finally, that's going to be on the 20th of October. And then on the 28th, I will be involved in a Trophy Dark one shot back over on Neon Lights Roleplay. Yes, but I've had a blast in this adventure. I know I came in one session late, but it's truly been a ride. And for Furion, he's probably gonna go stay with the others and punching the crap out of these other two monarchs because he's been away from home for possibly centuries. What's a few more at this point?
I love that for him. And as I said before, I am and always have been your game master for this evening, Sin. As far as what I'm doing, I have this book that is coming out, the Planescape Archive, possibly my first and last independent 5e supplement. It's going to be coming out on DM's Guild on October 17th. Started before the OGL debacle, so now I'm in, figure out what I'm doing with my life mode, which is fine, totally fine.
Limbo.
As for next month, I'm going to be in a bunch of games. On the 6th, I am going to be in an SCP themed game on Singularity Roleplay. It's going to run every other Saturday or every other Friday, starting on the 6th of October, where I am going to be playing a character where my tagline is respawning asshole. So I am actually playing an SCP in that game. Then on the 8th, I'm going to be in Fragments of Tomorrow's Apocalypse, where I'm playing Rapunzel, a Rift of Rapunzel, as my hair grows out. That's awesome, and I love that for me. On the 9th, I'll be in Autumn with Rise, where I'm playing an awful preacher man who must die. Sometimes
Yes.
I'm the big bad, even when I'm not the GM. And then on the 10th, I'll be over with Danny on Singularity doing Camp Runner Cross. Excited for that. And then on the 14th, I'll be back for the second half of the first season of Masks, where I will be playing your neighborhood friendly Thembo. It's a lot. And then on, I think the 27th, I don't know if that date is confirmed, so it might change, but I'm going to be over on Exquisite Corpse Presents for a spooky one shot that is going to be a ton of fun. So follow me on social media for details about that. As far as stuff for the channel, casting for a cyberpunk one shot, Red Code Black is now open. You can find it on the Nerds with Dice socials and in Discord. This October 14th, join Nerds with Dice in raising money for Game to Grow. We have several games, starting with 2 solo games that were submitted to the Nightmare Before Halloween Game Jam, Mountaintop Isolation, and Harpcaster Alone in the Town. Then we have an exciting game of Divine Calling. You can find Divine Calling, the Divine Calling Kickstarter this October. And we will cap off an amazing day with the return of Mass the Puzzle Project, where I will be playing the neighborhood-friendly Thembo. And then Nerds with Dice is currently looking for help. We are seeking producers to help us bring more shows for more amazing storytellers. And if you have a story that you wish to tell or a game you wish to showcase, our Creators app is always open and can be found on Twitter and Blue Sky, or ask for the link in our Discord. We are going to be raiding over to Exquisite Corpse Presents. So thank you so much to my players for this wonderful journey, and have a wonderful day to all of you.